family, it's Shayna with Repurposing, and in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how I'm gonna repurpose, flip these little paper plate holders. This one is a paper plate and a paper towel holder. I'm gonna take these, redo them, and make them just a little more fun and upbeat and just cute. And then I have this basket too. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna be making all these things cute. Okay, so basically the first step to this is I'm just going to paint everything. I'm going to prime it with this bonding boss, and then I'm going to paint it with buttercream, Dixie Belle's buttercream. Most likely they're all going to be that color. I might throw in a few fun colors, like I might go with vintage duck egg for one, and maybe we'll see. We'll see. So stay tuned. I'm going to film a little bit of the footage, but I'm not going to film all of me just painting these white. Okay, so I started off with sanding off the top, and then I'm going to take this primer and prime it. So after I got it primed and painted, I just took this transfer, centered it right here on the front, and then, you know, pushed it on there with that little tool there, the wooden tool, and that was all for this. Okay, so after I got it all primed and painted, I put this transfer on, and then that took me probably like 10 actual solid minutes, but I sped the process up there for you. And then I took brown wax by Dixie Belle, and I just lightly, very lightly distressed this just a little bit on the edges, just to kind of bring out, you know, the detail a little bit. And that was all there was to this. So simple, so much cuter, I think, and just so much more fun. And here's a look at how it turned out. I think this would be perfect if you were having a nice little fancy picnic, or if you had like a little store that you had plates and stuff in. It'd be just so cute. Okay, and then moving on to this napkin holder, this was all wood, and I just decided to prime it, and then paint it white as well. And then I take brown wax here in a minute, and I just kind of distress it, and also use the brown wax to bring out the napkin detail on the top, because I still wanted you to be able to see that. So that's all I do here, just paint it, prime it, and wax it. And then with the brown wax, this part took me a while to get how I wanted it. I kind of played around with it. I put a little bit on, wiped it a little bit off, put a little bit on, wiped it off, you know, just repeated that process until I got it to look how I wanted it to. I just kind of dry brushed a little bit along the edges to like distress it a little bit on the bottom piece too. And then here's a look at how this one turned out. I think it was cute before, but I think it's a lot more fun now. It's just a little brighter and just, you know, more fun. So yeah, and then moving on here in a minute to the next one. I just stuck some lace doilies under it to show you guys because I didn't have any napkins. Okay, and then after I got that middle insert piece painted white and primed and painted, I took this antique wax and just kind of like gave this bottom half like a stain, a brown stain. And that wax goes on kind of streaky, so I just kind of played around with it and got it how I wanted it, got it looking good. And then I took it, like basically the rest of what was on my brush and a little bit of this other wax, and just dry brushed it across this middle piece. And then I had to play around with this part till I got it looking how I wanted it. It was kind of a little bit more brown than I wanted it to be, so then I took some white paint, you know, and just went back and forth until I got a blended look the way I wanted it to look. And then I decided that I didn't like the bottom just all the way brown, so I took this whitewash product from Dixie Belle, and I kind of whitewashed the bottom and just kind of blended it on there, made it look good. Just that's all I did here, just kind of dry brushed it, blended it in, because the brown was still a little bit wet, so it also helped blend it into that. Okay, and then after I got the top and the bottom blended up how I liked them, I put it back together, and this is how it turned out. And here's a final look. I think it turned out so cute, just a much more updated look, super cute. This would be really cute with greenery in it, or you could have like picnicky stuff in it to go along with the other picnicky stuff in this video. And then moving on to this one, so I primed this one with my primer. I sped this up because you know what I'm doing, and then painted it with one coat of, or a couple coats I think actually, of vintage duck egg is what the color is. And then right here, I left this part in here because I felt like this was a helpful tip. I could not figure out how to paint that inner part because I was honestly going to spray paint these when I first decided to do this project. But I took a paper towel and put the paper towel put the paint on the paper towel and just painted it down in there like that, and that was just so much easier than trying to scoop my paintbrush down in there and get paint on it like that. So then after I got this all painted, I decided I wanted to give it some whitewash and distressing with that white, and that ends up looking pretty cute too. After I got the white looking how I wanted it, I took some brown actually and also distressed it a little bit with some brown, and that looks pretty cute too. And then I decided I wanted to add a transfer on the front of this, so I was playing around with putting that right there, but then I ended up deciding not to put it on here, and I ended up doing butterflies instead, or well actually it wouldn't stick, so I ended up getting my stencil out and stenciling on some butterflies. So to stencil it, I just took that stencil there. This is like a stencil from Dixie Belle, and then I took the brown wax that I had right there on hand and just used my finger to stencil in that with the brown wax. Just kind of played around with the placement on those and got them all where I wanted them. I finished this one, and then I add two more, one right beside that one and then one up on the top section of it. Anyway, these all four of these items in this video today are going to be available on my next Whatnot sale, which is going to be, it's a summer sale, and it's going to be Monday the 27th of May at 9 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, it's over on Whatnot, so if you're not already on there, definitely go join on Whatnot. I will leave a link to my Whatnot page in the description, and you can join through there. And you also, if you do that, you get a $15 credit that you can spend on my sale or anybody's sale on Whatnot. And there's all kinds of sellers, all kinds of different categories. Mine's in like the vintage decor category and antiques and all, like, you know, sometimes ephemera and stuff like that. So definitely go check that out. Like I said, these things will be available on there, and if I do not sell them, they will then be available on my website. So just definitely go check all that out, which I will also link my website in the description box, so you can check that out anyway, regardless of joining on Whatnot, and you can see the things I have on there. And here's a final look at how this one turned out. I think it's so cute. Like I said, all of these would be so cute for little summer picnics, little summer get-togethers with your family, all that type of thing. So yep, thank you all so much for watching.